Hey Cancer, and welcome to your April 2018 reading. My name is Camille, and you are watching Millennial Tarot. Just a quick thing to say. Cannot find a word for thing to say. Raising my private readings to $10. So I've been doing them $5 for the last several months, but due to demand, due to time, due to effort, due to energy, I thought it was time to just charge $10, which is still remarkably cheap in comparison to what a lot of other people are charging for a very in-depth, for a very well-rounded reading. So reach out to me. I will leave my email below if you want that. Still doing those. I'm going to be using the same 3-card spread with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I'm also coming at you with some strong beep borp boop borp Aquarian vibes with my aluminum foil face. So Cancer, I hope that it doesn't offend you, motherly, beautiful, watery souls. My robotic self. But let's go within and see what is coming up for you in April. I think I got everything else out of the way. So let's see. All these readings have been incredibly silly. I'm in a weird mood. I think it's because it's Aries season after Pisces season. Pisces being the 12th house of undoing and spirituality and unconscious and deep wells of emotions, and fire being like, yeah, here I am, starting again. So that's definitely what's going on for me. I hope that you've caught some of that Aries spirit yourself. Okay, what's going on? My hair is going to slowly unravel over the course of this video. I accept it, and it's okay. Okay, Cancer. Interesting, a lot of 3s for you. A lot of Gemini, 3rd house stuff, communication. Might have to do with Mercury retrograde, Mercury ruling that 3rd house. But we're coming into this reading with the Page of Cups, presently feeling 3 of Swords, and then moving into the 3 of Pentacles. So, already, very clear. Somebody, you, a situation, but it feels like somebody, and here we go, the braids are starting, has come into your life and has been emotionally immature, has been emotionally duplicitous, has not been putting their full hand on the table, has been kind of wibbly wobbly, easy come, easy go. Where are they going? What's happening? So this is speaking to a love relationship. So let me broaden this out. It could also literally speak to, we're talking about the Page of Cups at this point, Pisces season, and you are a fellow water sign. Like you can hang tough with your fellow fishies, but you know, for a lot of people it was difficult, and it called upon them to really make some emotional decisions, to get in touch with their emotions. You know, at the bottom of it we have people who went deep down into depression, and you know, at the very least we had to do some emotional inventory, and that's never that easy of a thing to do, even though you're Cancer, ruled by the moon, and are emotionally intuitive in that way anyway. When things hiccup in our lives, just as humans, you know, it's hard to go within. So the Page of Cups could be both representing that fishy, watery Pisces season of being in a deep well of emotion and feeling at a loss for how to overcome. And it can also represent someone, something, a situation in your life that is not being emotionally forthright and that is not giving you emotional satisfaction. And we think of the Page of Wands, Cups. Pages are always messengers, so it could also be you heard some bad news about yourself, you heard that other people were talking about you, that's coming in. Page representing a more childlike spirit in comparison to the King of Cups, so that's why immaturity is coming in, childishness is coming in here. And then the Page also being, you know, giving you something, but whatever was given to you, you don't like it, it wasn't what, you know, we think about the fine print. What you thought you were getting is not what you actually got. And so all of that right now is bringing us into the 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords is a difficult card to look at, but if you've ever watched my readings, if you've gotten a personal reading by me, if you just know who I am, the swords don't, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and 3 of Swords, those difficult cards, they mean, I hate to say it, like jack shit. They don't mean jack shit in that heartbreak is coming to us and all these bad things are going to happen and like all these fatalistic views that people sometimes take. It's really just your internal process. Swords represent how we think about things, how we feel about things. And if we know that we are belaboring any heartbreak, belaboring any disappointment, prolonging it with the way that we are thinking about it, then we too have the choice to not think about it that way and think about it in a more productive way, which is what I see happening here in the end. The Swords card is always representing what is going on in our head, the projections that we push out into the world. Now, this is not to say something didn't happen to you that was sad or bad, the way that humans would label those things, and I'm honoring those feelings, and I have felt those feelings. This is only to say that you will be healed to the extent that you choose to look at it differently. You will be healed to the extent that you choose to put a positive spin on it, and you will be healed to the extent that you choose differently. Three of Swords is all about choosing to see the heartbreak, choosing to see the sadness, choosing to see the lack, choosing to see this person, this guy, this situation, and be like, oh no, woe is me. And Pisces and Cancer have that in common, the martyrdom, the withdrawing, the stonewalling, the going within, to being consumed with all of your emotions. The Three of Swords is coming up here to represent that. And, what precedes any emotion? A thought. That's why Swords are coming in. And then we move here, 3 again. 3, we talked about it earlier, a very mercurial type of, energy here. 3 is representing our 3rd house of communications, of siblings, of small distance travel, and let's go ahead and, this isn't working, a small distance travel of machinery and all this stuff. So I am thinking about social media, I'm thinking about text messages, I'm thinking about miscommunications, I'm thinking about someone saying something that you don't like, I'm thinking about mechanically things not working out in your favor. We have Mercury in retrograde. This is certainly coming up to say that. And when Mercury is in retrograde, we are forced to go within. Everyone fears retrograde. Oh, my plane is going to crash. My computer is going to die. My phone is not going to work. Mercury retrograde really isn't about that. Mercury retrograde is really going inward. And when you go inward, you perhaps are not liking what you see. You perhaps are not liking what you're thinking. You perhaps are not liking, what is going on. And 3 coming up strongly here to really check where Mercury might be in your house, but also just check what Mercury represents. Communication, intellect, mischief. He's the fastest moving planet. He's there. He's here. He's up there. Where is he now? All that stuff. It might be throwing you for a loop. And when you don't have a handle on it, it's easy to think that things are just not working out. But I'm here to say that that's just the way you're thinking, and it's not necessarily the way that it is. Anyway, moving on to a different 3, a more productive 3. The 3 of Pentacles. When the 3 of Pentacles sees you working hard on something and showing it off to other people who are like, oh, cool, very nice. And this could be literal. This could be, I'm doing tarot readings, private tarot readings, and that's the work that I do, and that's the work that I charge for to honor the work that I do. This could be you seeing yourself do a hobby. This could be you moving, out of, I'm doing this for a hobby, and now I'm going to charge for it. Or this could see you working on any creative pursuit that could bring you long-term. We think of long-term, we think of sustainability, we think of solid things when we think of Pentacles. So any type of hobby or creative pursuit, creative endeavor that has legs, right? And that you're showing off to others. And it's the beginning, because it's the 3, right after the 2, right after the Ace, which is the beginning of something, in the thought form. But this is the beginning of something. You're starting to work on something creative. We think about the 3s again: writing, communication, technology, a lot to do with presentation, talking in camera type stuff, whatever that is for you. It doesn't literally have to be those things, but it could be, and it could take on those forms for now. But really just you finding a way out of this perception, moving more towards a real world affect in this life, and saying, what is it that I have? What is it that I don't have? What is it that I can actually offer? What is it that I'm good at? 3 of Pentacles is working at something that you are good at. And when you shift that perspective from all the things that you're thinking, oh, this is bad, this is not good, why is this happening, which is very a Cancer thing, woe is me, not literally you, but we're just talking in grand archetypes, we can shift that and we can move away from that when we move to our complementary element, water with earth. And water feeds the earth, and use that emotion, use whatever, might be making you feel off, use whatever has been dishonest, use whatever has been duplicitous and, wavering and off balance in your life emotionally, and fuel that into something that is solid, fuel that into something that makes you feel better. Perfect example, if you're sad, you can write a song, you can perform the song for others, and you can eventually sell the song, sell tickets to have people see you perform the song. So this is about taking the emotion on a journey towards something that is going to actually work out for you in the end. So don't see the situation for being at a loss. Don't perceive the situation as being things happening to you. Rather, see it as something that you can choose to see differently. And when you do, or if you don't, it doesn't matter. April still sees you at the end, moving into a more work-oriented nature. And I don't want you to do this to distract yourself. I don't want you to be like, I'm sad, so I'm just going to go ahead and fuel all my energy into my work. If that is what is working for you, that's fine, but it's going to catch up to you in the end. Really deal with whatever this is. Accept that a part of it is your own perception and projection. Accept that it happened. And hopefully this person or this situation is out of your life because it's coming, in the past position, so it's fading away. Work with it, accept it, deal with it, go inward, Mercury cards, third house, Mercury retrograde, but then in the end, make it work for you in whatever way you possibly can. You can really flip the script here and switch it and make it something that's going to be beneficial and optimistic and opportunistic and fortunate for you. You really can, but it's going to take work, it's going to take effort, whatever that is for you. Archetype of Pentacles, things just taking work, things taking time. Pentacles are slow growing, but still doing it. And then we speak to the literal stuff that the Pentacles represents. Working on something creative, working on something with your hands, working on something, third house representing hands, Gemini ruling your hands and your skin and your nervous system. Really working on it. It could be something physical, I'm going to start knitting, or it could be something metaphysical, I'm going to start meditating. Work, 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 work. Like the wise Rihanna once said, and once you get through that hurdle, not only will you have something polished and something to offer yourself and offer the world, you'll look at this situation, and it'll be a long, far away yesterday that you don't have to deal with anymore. Okay, Cancer? I hope that has made sense for you, and I hope that this video finds you well, wherever you are. Once again, $10 readings. Hit me up if you want more clarity on your specific situation. Until then, I will see you in May. Bye.